So, we are here. We just got done with our monthly Legacy February edition. And we are here with, what's your name?
Chris Tanner.
Chris Tanner. All right, so Chris Tanner is the winner of our event. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this is our deck tech. So you won the event. So you won the deck tech. So we're gonna do the deck tech on you. So I guess the first question is, what deck are you playing?
I'm playing Elves, Black Green.
Black Green Elves. All right. So why this deck? Was it, meta move, your favorite deck? What's up?
Well, I played this deck a couple times actually, and my good friend Michael Malone has lent it to me before.
I know Michael.
But my good friend Ryan is actually the sponsor of me today. He let me use this deck, so big thank you to him. But it's a deck I know how to play and a deck that it does well.
Okay. All right. So let's jump right into the review.
Yeah.
So let's look at each card, and you can tell us about it, and we can go from there. Sure.
So, comes to nature. Really good magic card. Lets you draw cards whenever you play a creature. So when you're playing a deck like Elves, you can just go off when you have stuff like Gaia's Cradle and Netnal Sentinel, for example, since they keep untapping, and as long as Heritage Tree is in play, of course, and you can just kind of draw all your cards, draw your engines. Another really good card is Deathred Shaman. People call him a 3-mana Planeswalker, and he's pretty good.
He's definitely a 1-mana.
He's pretty good. He's a win con on his own, and he gains you life. Literally wins the game. Natural Order. This card is also your other win con. Wins you the games. Sacrifice a green creature, tutor up a green creature from your deck, so you get your Craterhoof, and you win. Usually you win.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Elvish Visionary. Underrated magic card for the most part. It's played in Legacy, not usually Modern that often, but enter the battlefield, you get the draw card. Nissa Vital Force. A card that's been seeing a lot of play recently in Legacy Elves, and it is definitely worth the spot. The +1, just untapping a Gaia's Cradle, making it a 5/5, or just redoing it, making more mana. The -3 on it lets you get your Craterhoof back from the yard if someone kills it. Feels bad. And then its ultimate just draws you cards whenever you play a fetch land. You get to draw 2-3 cards a turn, pretty much. Craterhoof Behemoth. I feel like I've already went over it, but wins you the game for 8 mana.
Yeah, his
or
name is Wincon.
Yeah. Or for 4 mana when you play good old Natural Order. Green Sun Zenith. I think this is definitely the best starter when you're playing Elves. You play a Forest, you Green Sun for 0, you get a Dryad Arbiter, and that ramps you into everything you need. I play one of Crop Rotation in this list because it helps you find your Cavernous Souls if you're playing against a blue deck, or it helps you find your Cradle if you need that extra mana to ramp. And it's also for the sideboard. There's a one of Karakas on the side, and it helps you find it against your Reanimator or just your legendary targets. Quarian Ranger. I always get Wirewood and Quarian Ranger mixed up, so I always have to reread it. Pretty sure this is the one where you just untap a forest. Return a forest to your hand, untap a creature. It's a really good machine gun card when combined with Deathred Shaman, or you're just going off with Heritage Tree plus Netnal Sentinels. Wirewood, your other machine gun card. You get to return an elf you control, so you can dodge removal with it, and then you untap another creature like Deathred Shaman to keep your machine gun going. Netnal Sentinel. This card used to be a 4 of in a lot of the Elves decks, but it's been cutting down mainly because it's not very good on its own. You have to have some sort of engine for it to start seeing the value in it. Heritage Tree. That was also a 4 of in a lot of Elf decks, but it's been going down recently because there's other cards that you just want to play instead of it. That sounds really, really bad, but you really just want to play your other cards like Nissa, Vital Force, and your one-ofs like Rex Sage.
Cards that are more impactful in the game.
Pretty much, like make sure you last longer in the game. Then let's go over to the one-ofs. So I have one of Land of War Elf, and he was really hard because I wanted to cut him for a while whenever I was coming up here, but he made the list because I figured, well, he still makes a green mana, still really good turn 1 play, it's just a downgraded Deathred Shaman. This guy, what's his name again? Rangers? Birchlore Rangers. He was really good today too, actually. He's like a Heritage Tree, but discounted, so you can go off on turn 2 or 3, assuming you had a land and you use a Green Sun for 0 to get your Dryad Arbiter out. He's a really good enabler. I would almost say he's better than Heritage Tree, honestly, since he dodges Summoning Sickness and you only need one other thing to go off, like Netnal Sentinel, for example, and you just keep playing cards. Rex Sage. Always need to have one main board, no matter what format you're playing. Legacy, Standard, Modern. You just need one. You always just need one. Hits everything that's really good. Guy's Cradle.
Enough said.
Enough said. Add a green mana for every creature you control. You win. You win when you play it, pretty much. It's really hard to lose. Okay, it's easy to lose, but you know. It gets hit by a Wasteland, but still a really good card. Cavern of Souls. Counter, or makes it so you don't get countered in the blue matchup. It's not really that relevant, but it feels really bad when you have this in your opener with a green sun. Hasn't happened to me yet since it's only a 1-of, but it definitely has happened to a lot of people. Dryad Arbiter. This card's really good with green sun. It's just a dork, but a land too, and you can just beat face with it when you have your fetches out. So if you get to that point, you just need to start clocking with a Dryad Arbiter. I've done that today. Lands. 2 forests. All of the green fetches. 2 Bayou. That's all you need. Your other elves will do the rest.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So let's go over your sideboard deck now.
Sure. Okay. All right. So let's start with the spells. Surgical Extraction. You need this card. You really need this card if you're playing elves, so you don't get got by Reanimator stuff. You need it so you can also just like get a card that's gonna get you faster, like removal spells or board clears, for example, like Deluge. That was a card that's really good apparently, but you need that. Abrupt Decay. This card's really good for dealing with chalices and dealing with swords and Jite. You don't really need it, but you really should have it. I really recommend it, especially for removing planeswalkers like Liliana Lost. So the card's really good against elves apparently. Cabal Therapy. I didn't get to play this card much today, but in my experience, it's always been a good card. You just try to get lucky with it the first time if you don't know what you're playing against, or you do know what you're playing against and you're still trying to get lucky, and then it's just a good reoccursion effect to strip their hand away. Thoughtseize. Kind of the same way with Cabal Therapy, but better. I played as a 1-of just because like I like Cabal Therapy better, and you know, it doesn't strip everything like Cabal Therapy does. Scavenging Ooze. This card's really good too, especially when you have a Guy's Cradle. You just eat your opponent's graveyard. Suddenly you have a 10/10 Scooze that's coming at you, and it's like, huh? Yeah, it stops Reanimator. It stops Snapcaster decks. It stops a lot of decks in Legacy. Nested Vital Force. This is another really good card to keep in the sideboard because it comes in against like the fair matchups when you're the fair deck, but still a very powerful card to keep in an elf deck. It just keeps reoccurring and it keeps damage beats. Crocus. So I wasn't actually gonna put this in my sideboard today, but I was looking through some deck lists and I was looking at some of the cards I had available to me. This card made it, and it saved me a lot tonight. I played against 2 Reanimator decks, and this won me the game. This card's amazing. Rukthar. I wish I could have played him in the main today. I needed a Taiga, but he's a very good card. He won me a game against Smallpox, actually. Very powerful card, apparently, when you're playing against a spell-based meta. Even if you have to attack, still really good. Progenesis. Your other big boy. He'll come out usually in the control meta as well, and he starts to clock up fast. You can't remove him unless you have a Supreme Verdict or a Deluge, but no one wants a Deluge for 10. So this card's awesome. But World Spireworm. Now, Chris, why would you play World Spireworm? And that's because Eldrazi can't beat this card. You want to sacrifice it? You want me to sacrifice it? I have 3 5/5s now. This card is really good. This card's really good just for clocking. And when you have a turn 4 play, like, yeah, what are they going to do turn 4? Oh, that's a World Spireworm. That's pretty much what I got.
Alright, so what would you say your toughest matchup was today?
Reanimator.
Reanimator by far? There's a bunch of Reanimator decks in the room.
Played against 2 of them, and I really don't know how I won. Actually, I do, but I got really lucky. I played against someone who didn't realize I had a Death Rat Shaman in my yard, and he used Exhume, and it let me kill him for the last 6 points of damage since I had a Quarian Ranger in play, so I could kill him.
Oh, that's pretty techy.
Yeah.
So you got to keep on tapping your death.
Pretty much. I just got lucky that he forgot there was an Exhume in my yard, and then the other times I just had the right sideboard cards, like Surgical, Crocus.
Alright, what would you say your MVP card was?
This boy right here. He won me my last game against Eldrazi. He thought he was gonna win because he had a Chalice on 1, and well, it's pretty good. Then he plays an Endless 1 for 4. It's pretty good too, right? So my game plan was natural order for this boy, and he won. Literally won the game. I wish I had a foil to play with now. This card is amazing.
All right, so final question. Any changes or tweaks that you plan on making to the deck, maybe in the future or going forward?
There's some stuff I thought about, like sometimes I want to add like another natural order, or sometimes I want to try a new list out, like having another reclamation stage on the side. I'm not sure what I would take out. Probably an abrupt decay, honestly, for another rec stage, because I realized I really want another one in the board. Maybe
Rookthar in the main?
Rookthar in the main. I need a Taiga though. If I get the Taiga, I will play Rookthar in the main, and I'll probably cut like the Llanowar Elf. That'd be the cut to make. Rookthar in the main. That's the change I wanted to do.
Rookthar in the main. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much.
Thank you,
for coming
Tommy.
out, and thank you for winning.
Thank you, Tommy. It was
Congrats.
awesome. Thank you.